and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit. Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit. Create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. Great Spirit, create heart soul within me, and renew within, and renew true soul within me, and renew true soul within. Ali Elohim, lay tahor, Ali Elohim, Ali Elohim, v'ngenu ach nachor, gilbi, v'ruach nachadesh b'kilbi, v'ngenu ach nachor, Kadesh, Kadesh, Bekiri. Lev tahor, Yani Elohim, create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart,
Great Spirit,
create a pure heart within.
And renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within.
And renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within. Shabbos, everybody, almost. It's not really Shabbos yet, but Kinyantiv, almost Shabbos. And it's beautiful that we're starting with Lev Tahor, because, as many of you know, the whole Torah is hanging between those two letters of the Lamed and the Bet, the Lamed that ends Torah and the Bet that begins Torah. Sometimes we forget that. I'm looking at you, Alina Bloomgarden. I know that you forget it. Don't forget it, Alina. The Lamed at the end of the Torah is Le'enei Kol Yisrael. God says in the Torah that, and for all of the osos and the mofsim, all of the miracles that they saw before the eyes of the children of Israel, Moshe was the greatest there ever was. The goat was Moshe Rabbeinu. And then the Torah begins with a bet. And so from the Lamed at the end of the Torah to the bet that begins it, that's the heart, right? Lamed bet Lev, Lev Tahor. So on a holiday that is now honoring the power of Torah to create within us a vision, a power. It's Lev Tahor. It's really beautiful. And I love Ruach Nachon. You see the way that they translated it? The Navatila, they said, Ruach Nachon. Nachon means like correct, or they said, let it be maybe, I like to say a spirit of yes, of affirmation, of possibility. Let it be renewed within us. And so let's sing it one more time. Find the words on the bottom of page 5 and sing with us in the English, and also maybe make your way to see the Hebrew. Lev Tahor, create a pure heart in me. Yea, a pure heart in me, great Spirit, create
A pure heart in me, create a pure heart in me, great Spirit, create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within.
Yeah, your heart in me, great Spirit, yeah, your heart in me, yeah, your heart in me,
Great Spirit,
oh,
create your heart in me.
Rabbi Elohim,
A true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul
within me, and renew a true soul within. I was talking to my youngest son a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about his name, Or, and how he received his name. We had a lot of ideas about what his name was going to be, and then I remember it vividly. It was Friday night, May 6, 2016. Upstairs on the third floor, we were having an interfaith gathering. Reverend Eleanor Harrison Bregman, who was at the time the rabbi of the interfaith community. She wasn't a rabbi, she was a minister, but she was of sorts a teacher. And we were having a conversation about God. We used to call them God Talks with a big question mark. And it was that evening when the doula, our doula, came to let me know that my wife's water had broken, and I knew immediately that we were going to have a Shabbat baby. That the next morning, light was, as it always is on Shabbat, light proliferates and is in abundance. And so that morning we named him Or in honor of the light of Shabbat, and the primordial light, the Or HaGanu, is a hidden light that's in creation that the rabbis say is hidden away, but the Hasidic masters say is hidden in all things, if we know how to look for the hidden light, Gesundheit. And so we started talking about his name, and before you knew it, we were talking about the number 7 and why it's significant, because he was born on May 7th, which was also Shabbat morning, which is the 7th day of the week. And then we just started counting all kinds of 7s, in his life. 2016, 6 and 1 is 7. And it was fun time. So what does it mean when Shabbat falls also on Shavuot, the holiday of weeks, where 7s are in abundance? 7s everywhere. The 7 weeks and the 7 days come together to celebrate 7s. And that profound teaching in our tradition that the number 7 feels like completion, like wholeness, like something is inviting the next octave, but we feel complete as we move through registers. So we name this moment with peace and with welcome and with the presence of our ancestors who stood with us at Sinai, our ancestors who walk with us today, those who are with us and those who will come after us also all join together in lucky 7s tonight. And so on page 6, it should be 7, right? That just would have made more sense, but who made this Siddur? Come on. 6, 7. Page 6. Shalom Aleichem to all the angels and the lights that shine tonight.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu,
Achem.
Moachem leshalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni leshalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. La 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 la, la la la. La 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 la, la הקדוש ברוך הוא, הקדוש ברוך הוא, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
It's so hard to find a signal these days. There's so much signal that there's no signal. So much grabbing for our attention every moment. So many prompts and beeps and buzzers and so much happening in the world. It's really hard to hear the signal. And maybe it was like that too at Sinai. Because the Torah tells us that when Sinai happened, everything got really quiet. Maybe a prerequisite for revelation is shh, quiet. Tzipor, a bird didn't make noise. Maybe all notifications were turned off. Maybe the phone was put away. And the signal that came after maybe moments of anxiety and holding back, reaching for whatever we reached for, was something profound, something deep, something lasting, something living. And so every Shabbat we get a taste of Sinai. As the sun goes down, we take refuge. It really is refuge. Shabbat is a refuge. And I don't mean like the perfect Shabbat. I don't mean your Shabbat versus someone else's Shabbat. I mean Shabbat in its imperfections and its noise too. It's just a consistent backdrop against which Jewish life and Jewish living are lived. And so on page 8, Igalena, we say, reveal to us, because we could use your help in silencing some of the thoughts and the distractions. And maybe if you reveal that, ufros chavivi alai, maybe at that moment, a shelter of quiet will descend, and what might arise is a knowing that might be more than words, just a knowing. Help me to walk a little bit the Shabbat with peace, with gentleness, with stillness. Higalena.
Echlum En Yishlom Echadale Gale 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 Na Ufros Tavivi
So I was interviewing somebody this week named David Draymond. He's a musician for a heavy metal band called Disturbed. I know you were thinking that's where I was going in the next sentence. And David was kind of a world-renowned musician and well-known in various circles, and did a cover of The Sound of Silence that brought him great renown. But he's just a yeshiva kid from Chicago. He's been in like 10 different yeshivas in the first 20 years of his life. And so we were talking, and I said to him, would you sing a song that you heard growing up? And he said, sure. Na 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 na. Ay dai dai da da dai 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 lai dai lai la da dai na ya da 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 נכדותי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה נכדותי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה שהמור וסחור בדימור אחד ישמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת לתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה לקראת שבת
לכו ונלכה
כי מכורך ברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה במקדש מלך עיר מנוחה קום מצאי מתוך ההפיכה רב לך שבת את מקבלך והוא יחמול עליי חמלה לך דודי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה
התנערי מעפר קומי לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי היד בן ישי בית הלך קרבה נפשי
לך דודי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה ונשמה נקבלה התעוררי You sing
שיר דוד כבוד אדוני נגלה לך דודי לך דודי כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה די 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 תוכחי ומתמי יחסו אני אאמין נמתה יהיה על תילה לך דודי כלה בני שבת נקבלה שעושה יסיס עליי אלוהי נמצוא שפתה אתה נגלה אתה דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי את אדוני האמיצי הידי As we face the door to receive Shabbat of Shavuos, receiving Torah, receiving Shekhinah, receiving community, receiving whatever you need to receive. Oi b'shalom, ateret balagam b'simcha u'b'tzohara toch emune am segura b'odicha Shabbat amalta olecha dodi nikrat Obenei Shabbat Nekabela. Let's turn to face Jerusalem together and remain standing. Psalm 92 on page 27 28. Sing a song for Shabbat. Oh,
מזמור מזמור שיר ליום השבת 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 מזמור שיר ליום השבת מזמור שיר ליום השבת
Song of Shabbat, the whole wide world is waiting to sing the song of Shabbat.
The whole wide world is waiting to sing the song of Shabbat.
I'm also waiting to sing the song of Shabbat. Love, harmony, connection. Vataren kim inkarni balosi v'shemranan bata b'edini b'shurai v'kamilim re'im tzadika tamar yifrach eretz ba'alvanon yizke shesurim beveis Adonai chatzos Eloheinu yafrichu od inavon v'seifa v'shenim v'rananim yiyu v'agid ki yashar Adonai suri v'lo avlasa Adonai Malach Geus Dalish on page 29. Afti konte bebalti mona konkisa chameaz me olam atana sulot. Mikolos maim rabim. Mikolos maim rabim. Mikolos magim rabim adirin mishberei yam adir b'marom Adonai edotecha nemu me'ol leveitcha navakodesh Adonai le'orech yamim in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble waters. From troubled waters to healing waters, as we're standing here together, we invite those who need healing this evening. The words Ana Elna on page 30. Ana Elna Rifanallah. A prayer for healing for all of those who need healing tonight. Ana Elna Rifanallah V'hadotna Nu'am Ziva Titchazek v'tizramek v'haizara simchat olam Ana Elna Rifanallah v'hadotna סיסנאפ
והייתה לה שמחת עולם.
מי שברך אבותינו אמותינו הוא יברך וירפא כל החולים. Please say names of loved ones or hold them in your heart. Send them healing. Connect with them energetically. And bind yourself to them. May they be healed in body, heart, mind, and spirit. Those who suffer tonight, may they be released from that suffering. May our prayers and our actions and our friendship and our connection, our support, may all of it help to build a field of healing for those who need healing tonight. In the merit of our prayers and all of those hopes, even though it's Shabbat and Yom Tov, may there be healing. Yom Tov him lezok ufo krovo lavo, hashta ba'akala, u'isman kai, v'nomar Let's have a seat, everyone. Shabbos, everybody. Good Yontif, good Shabbos, good Yontif. Hi. How you guys doing? Yeah? Beautiful davening tonight so far, right? It's like an attunement, like a tuning fork. To come in off key and then, right? So beautiful. A couple of announcements, I think. Do I have announcements, Lauren? I mean, I see them, but you guys also see them. You have your newsletter? Okay. So there you have it. It's all on the newsletter.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
It's right there. A couple of big things coming up. Oh, I think I should announce this. We're not 100% sure, but you should check in. The sold-out conversation that I'll be having with Rachel Goldberg-Pollan on June 3rd at the 92nd Street Y. I'm pretty sure we're going to open up a second evening. I think Rachel has agreed. Not 100% sure, but to have the night before, which is a community meeting, I know, but if you had wanted to get tickets for that, I think more tickets are going to go on sale. So check out the 92nd Street Y for that. Also, some amazing conversations have been happening, like out in podcast land. Really great that Jonah Platt put Shavuot on his agenda. So we talked about Shavuot with Jonah this week. Kabbalat Shavua is coming up this coming Saturday, not tomorrow night, but next Motzei Shabbat at the JCC. Chazan Cantor Shimon is going to be leading Kabbalat Shavua there, Havdalah Kabbalat Shavua. The day after that, we'll be having the Israeli Day Parade. We hope people will show up in support of the State of Israel and march with us. That is on the 31st. And our community meeting, as I said earlier, is coming up on June 2nd, so please don't miss that. Anybody here for the first time want to say hello? Any first-timers want to say hi? Got a microphone? We're going to walk around. I can see some fear in the room. You don't have to say hi. Is there anybody here for the first time? You could just, if you know you're here for the first time, you can just stay incognito, no problem. Anybody? Okay, that's also cool. Well, that's a good thing. All right, welcome back. Did you want to say hello? Is it your first time? Can I walk over and give you the microphone? Would you want to say hi? Okay, I got it. Okay, Ed, I got it. It's okay. I know. Well, that's okay. Thank you. I like to hold on to the mic. It's a thing. It's a thing.
I won't steal it.
Do you want to say hi?
Hello, everyone.
And what's your name?
My name is Lily.
And where are you from?
I'm from New York.
Cool. All right, that's it. Anything else you want us to know?
Thanks for having me.
Are you here in New York for school or for just living?
I just returned back. I was living abroad, so.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Nice to have you in the community.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. That's Lily, everybody. And we're going to help you all introduce yourselves too. So why don't we all stand up and introduce ourselves? Stand up and just say hello to one another. Wish each other good Shabbos, good Yontiv, welcome. Oh, okay. So guys, yeah, go say hi. Bring him in. Yeah, bring him in. Bring her in.
Are your retinas being burned? It's very light. I don't know. It's all too bright. Bothered by that light.
Bye night.
Wait. Matter. Yeah? It's high. Oh.
It's too high. It's too... 31 and 32. Please rise for the call to community. Es Adonai. You may be seated. We continue on page 33 and 34. Ruchat Shechina. Eloheinu Ruach HaOlam Hashem Zavrachma V'Yodel. Elachaya v'kayemet Tamid timloch aleinu Le'olam va'ed Beruchat Shechina Hamariva Ona Hai na 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 Oh na 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 Olam on page 36. A love across space and time and soul. Have you loved us and taught us? Torah, mitzvot, laws and statutes, wisdom, right action, traditions, justice. And so as we sleep and as we awake, we contemplate your truth. We hope to restore. Always, for this is our life and the measure of our days.
מאהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
On page 37 and 38 we prepare for Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. On page 39 and 40 ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך
ובכל מידותיך,
והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך
ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בעיניך וסתרתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
Continue on page 41 and 42 with the second paragraph. ושמתם ישראל על לבבכם אל נפשכם וקשרתם על סמלי ארצה ידכם ויהיו לרבס בניכם. וכסבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען יראו ימיכם וימיכם הלא אדמה שישבע אדוני לבשכם לצאתכם כמי השמיים על הארץ on page 43 and 44 ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור
דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם יעשו להם ציצית הכתביהם לדורתם ונשאנו על ציציס הגנה בסיב וחלס היה לכם לציציס ותשם אותו וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם ולא תעשו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים בעיניכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם
אדוני אלוהיכם אמס. האל הנפלא לנו מצווינו שלנו. המקימים ועשו כל בחסד. On page 47, 48, or ובנים את גבורתו. שבחו והודו לשמו, ומלכו סו. ורצון קיבלו עליהם. משה ומרים ובני ישראל הכנו שירה. ושמחה רבה, ויאמרו כולם.
מי כמוך
מי כמוך
באלים אדוני
באלים אדוני
מי כמוך
מי כמוך
נדר בקודש
נדר בקודש יד חזק ממנו
יד חזק ממנו
אתה אדוני
אתה אדוני
Hashkivenu Adon Eloheinu on page 49. Amidenu Makinu L'Chayim Ufrosa. המלך חנון דרך ומטל שמור צאצאינו ואוהינו לחיים ולשלום יד אביד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך.
ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ועל ירושלים.
Amen. Please rise. Vishamru on page 52. Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asos es ha-Shabbat b'torosav v'leis Yiskandal v'yiskandal shemei gaba.
Amen.
Alma divrav inusei v'amnich malchusei
וחיים
v'chayenu yomecha
וחיי בכל בית ישראל
בהגנה
בהגנה ובזמן קריב
ויאמרו
אמן.
ישמי רבם
לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי דקודשה ברכו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבך זמנך חמתה דמיון בעלמה and let us say
Special Amidah, special standing prayer can be found on page 90 with the inserts, of course, for Shabbat. Shabbat is included in the festivals and not the other way around at this moment as we hold silence together in prayer.
ושמחת בחגיך והיית אך שמח ושמחת בחגיך והיית אך שמח. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Yah, my rock, my redeemer.
So I want to talk to you tonight about a very particular moment that we're in our calendar and in our world. And I want to talk to you about it from the place of standing together at Sinai, which is what the holiday of Shavuot is commemorating year in and year out. The Sfas Emes, the great Ger Rebbe, says that there's a nekuda, there's a point of revelation that reoccurs each and every year on Shavuot. We come back to this point over and over again. And so I want to speak into this point of revelation and the frame that it took in our sacred text and see what it means for us. There's a particular kind of suffering and pattern of suffering that is deeply woven, I think, into the human experience. I see it in myself and the people that I love. It's in the world broadly. It's in the Jewish people, particularly right now. The framing, the pattern of it is something like this. We kind of fall in love with the idea of something so completely that the actual thing itself, when it arrives, can never fully measure up to it. The idea of the relationship, the idea of the child, the idea of the career, the idea of the community, the idea. And that idea is so pristine and so longed for and so perfect that when the real version of it comes with all of its complicated, demanding messiness, its imperfections and its not living up to's, not measuring up to's, all of its partiality, its incarnational partiality, if we want to make it that, its dimensionality. Man, we spend years mourning the gap between what we imagined and what we actually got. I think this is one of the deepest forms of idolatry that exists. Idolatry as that reification of what could have been and wasn't, that might have been and still isn't yet. I think Shavuot speaks to that. Because I think the most dangerous idol in the story of Shavuot, the story of Matan Torah, is not the golden calf, though that would have been in the top 3 in Jeopardy. We would have been like, what is the golden calf? I think the greatest idol is the memory of what could have been. It's the memory of the fire of Sinai. So in the story that takes place at Revelation, the original, the OG story of Shavuot, chapter 20, we've heard the 10 utterances, the Aser HaDibrot, it seems from God. And the immediate prologue of that moment, chapter 20, verse 15, V'chol ha'am ro'im es hakolos v'es halapidim, and the whole people, right, after the thunder and after the lightning and after the mountain is smoking, verse 15 says, all the people saw the thunder. They didn't hear it, they saw it. This synesthetic moment. Talk about a weekend that you want to replicate for the rest of your life. I'll have what they're having, right? That thing on Sinai. They see what's usually heard. The kol ha-shofar, they're hearing the blasting of the shofar, all of this, and the mountain is smoking. Vayera ha'am, and the people saw. Vayanu'u. This is it. They saw, and they fell back. And they said to Moshe, Vayamdu ha'am merachok, and they stood at a distance. Vayamru al Moshe, daber ata imanu v'nishma'a. They said to Moses, you speak to us, and we'll listen to you. Al yidaber imanu Elohim pen namus. We don't want God to keep speaking. God's going to kill us with God's speech. It's an amazing moment. This moment where the outside became the inside and the inside became the outside. For one moment, there was absolutely no distance between God and the people. They're having this ecstatic, revelatory moment, something that is longed for and yearned for. And then they stand at a distance. They trembled. The great commentator Rashi says that they stood back with Mipnei ha'yirah. They were afraid. They said, oh my God, they thought, it's too much. The weight of what we're standing inside of is too much. Later, Moshe will go back up to the mountain and Torah will be brought. They asked for something that they could live inside. The people asked for something that they could live inside. And God said, yes, here it is. The people understood their limits. They understood that there was something overwhelming for them, and they asked for something we can handle. Give us something we can handle. It's too much. They needed a step down. They needed an intermediary. They needed something that wouldn't shatter their vessels. They needed something that is profoundly real. So let's talk about what that is, what's happening here and how it relates to us. Let's walk it through in three different places in our lives: in our spiritual lives, in our Jewish lives, and then with Israel. There's a version of the spiritual search that is always about chasing an overwhelming experience. There is a retreat that you can go on that will crack open your heart. There's a prayer that will send you there. There is ecstasy in religious life. There is moments, and our moments, where we felt undeniably connected without any veils or anything mediating. And for many of us, we spend the next 10 years or 20 years of our lives trying to get back there. For many of us, the ecstatic becomes that thing that we always long for. If only it were like that. If only we can get back to Yom Kippur in 2001. I remember it. Or on sabbatical, or when this was there. We have a list of all of these peak moments in our lives that become, in a sense, everything is compared to that and disappointed in some sense, because it doesn't quite measure up to that moment. We wonder sometimes when we can't reach it again if that was really real. And so what happened to the Israelites at Sinai happens to us all the time. We have the fire, then it's too much, and then we step back. And then we spend the rest of our lives mourning that, instead of opening the book, the Torah that came out of it. We spend our lives comparing the secondary experience to the first one and saying, Chaval. Think about that. The Israelites said, you speak to us and not God. And if they would have stayed there, then what would be the point of opening up the book anymore? They said, no, we also recognized that what we got after Moshe stood at a distance was not bad. It isn't something to lament. It isn't something necessarily to say, oh, we settled for this. And I know that's usually the way it's read. We usually have a finger wagging at us. Oh, you could have had it all. Adele is screaming, so you could have had it all. You could have had it all. You could have had God all 10, 613. It's just you and God. It's great. Do the dance. Why did you have to stick Moshe in the middle? This is what we got from Moshe in the middle. This is Moshe in the middle, friends. The Torah that we have is Moshe in the middle. The world would be impoverished if we didn't have Moshe in the middle. If all we did was say, I don't want it unless it's perfect. I don't want it unless it was the first 2 commandments that God gave that we heard. That's only the real Torah. That's real. Everything else, this isn't real. This is real. There's a version of Jewish identity in the second framing that is built entirely around the idea of a Judaism that should be a certain way. A Judaism that should be morally perfect, ethically pure. A Judaism that has no boring moments and no ritual moments that cause us to say, really? There's a Judaism of the consumer world that should be as efficient as our day's Todoist and asana. Everything about Jewish life should be engaging. Everything has to be uplifting. We're embarrassed sometimes that there is sexism in the Torah or misogyny or sometimes text of terror, as Phyllis Treble called it. There's a Judaism that we're a little bit ashamed sometimes to show to people, like, come for the Haggadah. We probably won't bore you with the middle portions. We'll move quickly. There's a Jewish life that is always on its back heels because it isn't perfect. It wasn't created in an algorithmic lab by Elon Musk to engage every part of your brain at every moment. There's a version of Jewish life that we walk in and say, what do you have off the rack? I'll take that one. That's perfect. That's my size. I like that one. That's perfect. Oh, that other stuff? I don't like that. There's a Judaism that we want that's only God speaking to us directly, the perfection of the religious tradition, not all of its messiness and its civilizational evolution. The Judaism that was alive and well and moved through different parts of the world at different moments and different epochs. We weren't given Jill Hammer's feminist reading of the Siddur at Sinai. It took thousands of years to get there. And thank God we're there. But there's a Judaism, like our spiritual lives, that is not a lament on what was real, but they're both real. What was real was the perfect moment, and what's real is the moment after, too. It's all real. There is an idolatry that is quiet and respectable and very Upper West Side idolatry. That is the idolatry of the perfect religious tradition, the idolatry of embarrassment around what is, and the fetishizing of what was and could have been, or what could be, and not what is. So let's go to the third place. Let's go to the place of Israel in this moment in time. Is it difficult to go with me where I'm going to go? Is it difficult to go to a place where Israel is real? Where Israel is real, a real place with real mistakes and real ugliness? Because guess what? Newsflash. There is no perfect country in the world. Why do we even have to say that about Israel? Oh, do you know that there are criminals in Israel? Oh, that's news to me. Do you know that there are families in Israel that break up and painful childhoods in Israel too? Oh, wow. Front page news. In Israel that is imperfect, in Israel that sometimes falters, in Israel that has commissions set up in order to investigate things, in Israel where people debate with one another and argue with one another and sometimes don't like each other? Oh, you mean that real place? That Israel? There are people, Jews and non-Jews, who have fallen so in love with an idea of what Israel should be and was or wasn't, that it fills them only with rage or despair or binary exaggeration about what Israel is. It's either perfect or it's demonic. And then there are those who know that Israel is real. The Israel that was, the Israel that is, and the Israel that will be are all real. And we hold those together. The people stood at a distance because intimacy was too much, and that was real. And the 2 moments that they had with God, where God revealed God's self, that was real. It's all real. Falling into the mistake on either side of this is itself a cautionary tale about Sinai. And the Jewish genius from this moment of Sinai forward has never been to worship the ideal. It has been to stay in relationship with the real. You can love something and know it's not perfect. That's not weakness. That's the beginning of actual love. Real love. Real love. So here it is, folks. Moses intermediates. Moses stands in the breach. Moses is the one who brings the Torah to us as a concession to our limits and to what we can handle at any given moment. This, of course, is somewhat lamentable. When Buber wrote his book, I Thou, he wrote about a relationship that was always I, thou, always alive in the intersubjective. That's Buber. But here's what Buber writes that nobody ever quotes. Nobody ever quotes this line from Buber. He writes that the direct encounter that is unmediated, the I-thou moment, he calls that the I-thou moment. Yeah, you guys know that? The I-thou moment, you heard that? The I-thou moment that is unmediated, that's his idea. It's not, when you have any obstacle between it, it's no longer I-thou. It becomes instrumentalized, I-it language. He writes this about the I-thou relationship. He writes, the direct encounter, the I-thou moment, cannot be sustained. This is the sublime melancholy of our lot. The sublime melancholy of our lot. That every you must become an it in our world. The fire always cools down. The overwhelming moment always passes, and that's not tragedy, that is the human condition. Our melancholy lot is real. I don't know about you, I'd rather be with something real than something false. I'd rather be with something real than something made up. I'd rather be with something with all of its warts and all of its foibles, all of its tensions, than not be in a relationship. That's this evening's Torah. And so for you to carry out tonight, this is like something important. Is there one place in your life, or in my life, where you're mourning the ideal instead of living and loving the real thing? Isn't that what this Torah is teaching? Is there something in my life where I said to myself, there's something that I wish were perfect, and it's hard to be in the present moment with what is, because I'm either lamenting what could have been or mourning what will never be. And in the meantime, the Torah that is in front of me is asking, how about me? It's like Torah's like, how about me? I'm over here. I'm in the corner. Pick me up. Engage with me. Help make this more perfect. Stop spending all of your time trying to regress back to a past that never was and to a future that won't be unless you engage in the present moment. That's this moment. That's what is real. That's the Torah of Sinai for me this year. And I ask you and me, What would it mean to stop standing far off from the actual thing itself and step back towards it? Not because it's perfect, but because it's ours. And because God handed it to us and said, work with this. There's a lot to do. Last night's Tikkun, where Chazan Shimon led 2 beautiful sessions of music, and there was like people packed into the JCC. I couldn't help in the session that I was in thinking about this teaching, of whether or not that desire for an intermediary was a bad thing or was just, that's what it is. The Torah that comes when you acknowledge what you can handle, where we are, and how we move it forward. It can't become what it is if we're not seeing it as it is. So God should bless us to be able to do some of that work. What can you step back into? What's real? And maybe put down the mourning of what never happened or what could have happened so that we can be together in what needs to happen next. May God give us that strength. And we say Amen. Please rise, everybody, for the Aleinu on page 78. Aleinu l'shabeach l'ador hakol l'tei gidulach le'yotzer שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות ולא שמענו כשליחות האדמה
שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים
משתחווים ומודים
לפני מלך
מלכי המלכים
הקדוש ברוך הוא שיודע שמיים יוצר
הארץ ומשלגו בשמיים
כל אלוהינו עולם אז מלכינו גם המלכות שלך היא למד תמלוך בכבוד
ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד
ונאמר
והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא
ביום
ההוא
יהיה אדוני אחד
ושמו
If you're remembering a loved one this evening, I invite you to remain standing. As we move through the room, I invite you to say the names of loved ones out loud. Shosh.
My father, Tzvi, Zev, and Rosa, Yisrael, Yoshua.
Rabbi. Tom. Michael. Did I miss anybody? If it's your custom to stand for the mourners, please rise for the mourners' Kaddish. You can find the words to the Kaddish on page 115 and page 116. Yiskadal. Amen. V'yamad divrach yiruseh v'yamlich machuseh. V'chaychon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agalav v'zman kariv imru.
אמן
יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם.
על מאה
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכסה ושירסה. תושבחסה ונחמסה. תאמירם באומה ואמרו אמן. יש לנו רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו. הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו Amen. Please rise, everybody. Yeh Zichron Baruch. May the memory of all of those we remember tonight be for a blessing. We're going to make Kiddush, everybody. Kiddush can be found. We're going to flip back and forth between page 88 and then go to the Kiddush for Yontiv on page 97 and 98. Announcements for tomorrow morning. No open book tomorrow morning, so no Torah study in the morning. We'll be doing our Torah study during services that begin at 9:30. Also, Yizkor tomorrow morning as well, for those who just remember that we have Yizkor. Big Eshachach tonight to both Romemu team and West End Presbyterian. To our davening team, of course. Big mazel tov to Mark Lubin on graduating from JTS Columbia.
It's a major course.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. You're not allowed to go anywhere. You stay here. Stay close.
Oh, Rabbi, how could I leave?
Exactly. I want to know how you can leave.
tied him
So
to
I'm not
that
going to let
chair
him.
over there.
Exactly, huh?
He can't leave. I tied him.
You tied him down?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yom HaShishi, Vayichul Vashamayim V'Ratz V'chol Tzvam, Vayichal Elohim Yom HaShiv L'Akto Asher Ratzah, V'Yishbos V'Yom HaShiv V'Kom L'Akto Asher Ratzah, Vayivarech Elohim Es Yom HaShevi'i, Vayikadesh Oso, Ki V'Hashem As Mikom L'Akto Asher Elohim L'Oso, Stavri Chaverai, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Borei Pni HaGafen, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, אשר בחרבנו מכל העם, ורומנו מכל לשון וקידשנו ומצוותיו, ותיתן לנו למייבם מועדים לשמחה, חגים, שבת ומנוחה, מועדים לשמחה, חג מוזמנים לששון. את יום השבת הזה ואת יום חג השבועות הזה, זמן מתן תורתנו, באהבה מקרא קודש, זכר יציאת מצרים. כיוונו בחרת, יצאנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת ומועדי קודשך, באהבה ברצון ובשמחה וששון נחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת בישראל בכל זמנים. Tomorrow we're going to read the book of Ruth, everybody. You guys remember what Ruth said? Amech ami ve'Elohayach Elohai. Your people are my people, and your God is my God. And where you go, I will go, beloved.
Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you lie, I will lie, beloved. Where you lie, I will lie. Where you lie, I will lie, beloved. Where you lie, I will lie. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. Where you go, I will go. Refugee. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go. Refugee. Where you go, I will go. Where you lie, I will lie. Refugee. Where you lie, I will lie. Where you lie, I will lie. Refugee. Where you lie, I will lie. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my ancestors. Here we go. Where you go, I will go, ancestors. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, ancestors. divine, my divine. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. You're divine, my divine.
Shabbat.
Thank you, Book of Ruth.
Good Yantiv, everybody. Good Shabbos. Good Yantiv. Chag Sameach.